hello. Welcome. My name is Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, I want to hear from you. We're going to talk about Maxine Waters. She won't stop. Also, with the latest in the news, I want to know what's on your mind. It's kind of one of those, it's August 1st. And so, I'm a little tucker. But what's on your mind is what's more important. So do me a favor, would you please? Check in. Let me know who you are, where you're deplorable from. I want to say hi to you, as you deserve. Give you a little sugar, a little love. Charles is checking in. Leonardo is in Japan. How you doing? Belle's there saying howdy. So everybody, if you would check in, I would appreciate it. Norma's from Maine. By the way, tonight's program is being powered by Right Wing News. Also by Liberty One TV, and we are sponsored tonight by the great products at Liberty One TV. If you go there and see, if you're in the mood for, if you want a coffee, if you want a mug, a t-shirt, something that's going to support deplorables and something that's going to support the cause, go to Liberty One TV and see what they have there. They've got some great products, and they're good people, and they deserve support. Just like whatever page you're watching on, you should make sure that you like the page. And also, if you go to my page, Rusty Humphries, it's either Talk to Rusty with the number 2 or just Rusty Humphries. Look for me in a blue shirt. Make sure you like that page, and then it comes up first on your news feed. And very important, couple things, very, very important, and then we'll get started with the show. Number 1, have you been to Virtual Shield yet? Well, why do I need to go to Virtual Shield? Because your internet service provider is stealing your browsing history, okay? They're stealing your browsing history, and then they're selling it. If you don't want that to happen, and I know I sure don't, I went to Virtual Shield/Rusty, found out what a VPN can do for me, a virtual private network, and then I signed up. And you can do it too. It doesn't cost that much. And if you use the promo code Rusty at checkout, you'll get 20% off. So it's the easiest to use and fastest VPN out there. It is called Virtual Shield. And then finally, my book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates Your Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends. I have lowered the price. It's only like $6, I think, till the end of the summer. And then it's going back up. I'm going to jack it back up to $15 where it belongs. So one more month of the $6 price. It's 6 something or $5.99. Go check it out. Amazon in paperback, in Kindle, and also on Audible. And if you never subscribe to Audible, go get the book. And matter of fact, I think they'll give it to you for free, the audio version, which I think is better than the written word. All right, let's see who we have here. Let's see. Baba's in Texas. Juan is in East Tennessee. George says, tell the low IQ to get a life. Patrick says, I wouldn't say anything to Maxine. Well, here's, Maxine wants to continue to yap. And she's just never happy unless she's stirring it up. Now, if she had a brain to go with it, then maybe I'd listen to it. But there's just nothing here, just vapid, silly garbage.
If you had to give some advice to President Trump, what advice would you give him?
Please resign so that I won't have to keep up this fight of your, having to be impeached because I don't think you deserve to be there. Just get out.
Well, that, you know what? Golly jeepers, just get, I never thought, I can hear Trump. I never thought of that. I can just get out. It really is disappointing that the left in this country really thinks that what Maxine Waters says is something that is acceptable. I don't like you, so you should just quit. Well, I sure as hell didn't like Obama, and I didn't hear Maxine Waters saying, you know what, maybe he should just quit. It's sad. What else do I got here? Should I say hi to more people first? I don't have a huge show today. Hold on. Let me say hi to folks. Let's see here. John said, this is Bobby Jean is in Georgia. John is talking to Maxine. Retire now. You embarrass yourself every time you open that big mouth. Michael is a California deplorable. Terry is a Navy veteran. Thank you, Terry, for your service to the country. Gerald is from Ohio. John says, get a grip. Quit your job because you're no longer good at it. Need new blood. That's true. I mean, Nancy Pelosi. How old is Nancy Pelosi? I forget. Let's see. How old is Nancy Pelosi, Siri?
The answer is 78 years, 4 months, 6 days.
78, 4 months, 6 days. And if they win the House, she's going to be the speaker again. And that early onset Alzheimer's is not doing her any good, that's for sure. Let's see here. Are you watching on... Oh, you know what else I'd like to know? I'm curious. What channel are you watching this on? We're on a lot of different pages. Are you watching us on Right Wing News or Liberty One TV or the American Patriot or Team Trump or on my page? I'm curious where you're... All right, let's see here. Monty says, rude people on here. Keep sharing, Rusty. Okay, Monty. Mary is a California conservative. Have you shared the video today? Have you given me some thumbs ups yet? Love the thumbs up and the hearts. Love them. Are you related to Amy or Joy Yates? I don't know who that is. Let's see. Inappropriate on here. Who's inappropriate? Donna says she appears to be bought and paid for by Soros. That wouldn't surprise me. Not at all. Greg says, impeach Mad Maxine. Pelosi is the crypt keeper, says Reagan. She's a disgrace. I think all politicians need to be drug tested and have a mental capacity test. I'm sure most would be made to retire, says Ronald. Let's see. Seek immediate psychiatric counseling. Phyllis says that Maxine is scared. There's a lot of things she's hiding. Yeah. Let's see here. So Diane's watching us on Right Wing News. Thank you, Diane. Donna's watching us on Liberty One. Thank you. Stacy says she's watching on Right Wing News off of Facebook. That's where she's watching. First time watcher, too. Well, thank you. We're on Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West, unless I got something else going on. I'll get to some more of your comments in a second. The Donald Trump Advisory Board, commentary and opinion. What'd they have to say today? Let's check it out here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Recently, the Washington Post published a truly offensive piece arguing it's not wrong to compare Trump's America to the Holocaust. Not wrong? Try all wrong, factually and morally. Does America have death camps for Jews like me? For anyone? No, that's wrong. Do millions of law-abiding Americans cower in silence, fearing their government? Do we try to escape through borders designed to trap us in a hellish genocide? Or isn't one of our most politicized issues masses of people trying to break into America? America isn't some nightmarish totalitarian genocidal state. To say otherwise is wrong. The media prove just how wrong every day. They feel free to make grotesque Holocaust comparisons because they feel safe, protected by the government they slander to say things that are so insanely wrong. The allegations about President Trump are political lies. Basic decency should stop them. It is wrong, a form of Holocaust denial, trivializing the horrors of the real Holocaust. It cheapens the memory of 6 million murdered Jews, including my mother's entire family. And the fear they're fomenting is already being used to justify hatred and violence. In the ultimate irony, precisely because President Trump has been so friendly to Jews in Israel, Jews are prime targets of that hate and violence. Comparing America to the Holocaust is wrong. It's offensive, it's dangerous, it's evil. Please stop.
Very well said. And absolutely correct. Thank you very much for your commentary there at Donald Trump's advisory board. Check in if you would, please. Let's see here. Michael is there checking in, watching us on Right Wing News. Mary Lou says that Maxine Waters is out of her mind. She can't stand my presence, so go away. Diane says, hardly hearing you. All right, I'll turn it up. Sorry. See, I watch it, and then sometimes it's too soft, other times it's too loud. It's the darn crazy internet thing. Kara checking in. Margaret says, I've got nothing nice to say, so I'll let everyone else say it. Juan says he's watching on Facebook. I would like to know what page on Facebook. And we're just trying to get an idea of where you are, how you're checking us out. No, we are not, stealing your data. I wouldn't know how to do it if I had the tools. Oh, and if I had the tools, I don't know what I would do with the information. I don't know. I don't have that kind of free time on my hands to care about what, kind of tacos you're going to have at home or sell you garbage. I don't know. Oh, do you know who Tommy Robinson is? Tommy Robinson is a guy who is in the UK, is very much for the Brexit thing and was very upset when the British government started backing off on it. So there was a trial, and I think it had something to do with the Islamic terrorists. I don't remember what the exact case was, but he was outside and he was protesting, and they threw the guy in jail. Now, I've been to the UK, and they do not have the same First Amendment rights that you and I have. For example, I was there, and I was with Aaron Klein. Now, if you don't know Aaron Klein, he is a great journalist. He lives in Israel, although I think he's back in New York now. But he's a Jewish guy that lived in Israel and did a lot of stuff with terrorists. And he and I would always get together. We'd kind of go and get in trouble together. And one time we went to London. And the first part of the day we went to the London Central Mosque. And man, was that scary. All these people telling me that, they've got to hate me because I'm Christian and that we're all going to die because in the book it says that the Muslims are going to kill everybody and they're going to live in the White House and blah, blah, blah. And then we have an interview with a minister of parliament, which is like a congressman. And I forget, George Galloway, I think his name was. And this is a guy who very far left wing and loved Yasser Arafat, big close friends with Yasser Arafat. We walked into his office and he's got books and posters and dolls of Yasser Arafat and Fidel Castro. And he's sitting in his office and he's smoking a Cuban cigar. And we started asking him questions about Yasser Arafat, and he accuses us of not being real journalists and calls the police and has Aaron and I held in custody for 3 hours, and they were going to arrest us because this guy lied. And we basically found out that they don't have freedom of the press over there like we have. And I'm banned from Parliament for life because this guy lied. So anyway, this Tommy Robinson guy found out the hard way that they do not have the same First Amendment rights in England. They threw him in jail, and he just got out. And I want to play this for you here, and then we'll get to more of your comments here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Home sweet home. I know I've got so many people I need to thank, so much I want to say. I've got loads to say, but I feel anxious. I feel anxious and it's a bit strange, but I want to share this next moment with you because it's everyone who supported me. It's every one of you that's made this possible. And my son and my children have taken this so bad. I'll just read his most recent emails.
I'm having a hard time understanding him, but we'll keep going because I don't know what he's talking. Some kind of English or something, but I'm having a hard time understanding him. But we'll keep going until I can't get it anymore. But let's keep going.
Hi, babe. Saturday night. Back from visiting you today. Don't know what to say about Spencer, really. He is absolutely heartbroken. He cried the whole way back. We went to TGI and he was crying, saying every kid is with their dad. And I'm the only one that doesn't have my dad here to do things. He cried himself to sleep. He got into a right state. He was saying he misses you so much and wants you home. He was angry at himself for getting upset in front of you. Says he doesn't want you to see him crying, and he tried not to cry on every visit, but he cannot help it. He's saying he doesn't want to go to Tenerife on holiday if you're not coming. He told me to cancel and said he would not get on a plane if it's not with you. Here's the fabulous moment. A year ago I booked a holiday with my family, with all of my family, to go to Tenerife for 2 weeks. We go on holiday on Friday. in 24 hours. I did not expect to come home today. I've been released today. My children are on their way home now. They weren't at home. So I just want to share that moment. Now, I could be bitter and angry about everything that's happened. If I'm bitter and angry, I'd accept my own victimhood. I'm their target. I'm not their victim. It's not the same for my son or for my family. But as I said, I've got so much to say about everything that's gone on. But I just want to share this moment with you as they come in. I'm anxious waiting for him, and I cannot wait. I am so excited. I've been emotional many times because I know how upset my children have been. And they don't know I'm home. My children don't know I'm home. They don't know I've been released. They're going to in a minute.
Daddy!
I mean, they tortured this guy just because he didn't want England to stay in the EU.
So, I know I'm going to have so many thank yous I need to give. People who I want to meet and thank personally. People all over the world. From Ezra Levant and Rebel Media, who've been absolute legends through this, to Raheem Kassan, to Gert Wilders, to the Middle East Forum. Do you know when I'm sitting reading emails in my cell, I'm reading emails from people who I've not met, many of them, who are saying we're not going to rest until he's freed. It was such a feeling to know the support, and I've got so much I want to speak on this, but all I want this to be about is the thank yous to people. I owe people all over the world thank yous. I owe every single one of you to say that the moment of me coming home, I feel great to be home, but also I'll go into it all when I get back off my holiday, but what they have attempted to do is mentally destroy me. That was not a prison sentence. That was mental torture. That's solitary confinement, all of it. Everything was orchestrated and organised to cause me maximum disruptions. So yeah, I feel nervous. I feel I've got butterflies constantly. I know I've only just come home and it sounds weird, but mainly this is just thank yous. And one thank you I want to give a special thank you to is my lawyers, my solicitors, my legal team, and every one of you that supported them and made it possible. But John Carson from Carson K, Kelly Rowan, and the QC, Jeremy Dean. One more thank you. Actually, there's so many thank yous. I keep remembering. UKIP, Jared Batten, Lord Pearson, person after person after person who come out and put their neck and their reputation on the line. Do you know what I'm happy for right now? The reason why I'm happy is because I've watched and I've read as firemen were suspended, as school teachers were suspended for simply saying that they saw something that was wrong and they didn't agree with it and they thought it was wrong. Today you've all been proven right. You've all been proven correct. And I've watched as journalist after journalist. They wrote hit piece after hit piece after hit piece, from Sky News to BBC to Channel 4. And if they even knew the current mood of the country or understood the feeling, they'd see by the likes and the responses to their own media articles that the public don't buy it anymore. And that's it. That's just the thank yous. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to go take 2 weeks now to just chill with my family, no mobile. What I want to say, when I come back in 2 weeks, I want every single one of you to join me as George is brilliantly going to put together, start to finish. I want to see what's been going on. I've only read little post-its here and there and messages. I want to watch from start to finish what happened from the minute I was taken off the street to the minute I got released. I want all of you to join me as I watch it. So I'll be seeing you all soon when I'm back. Thank you again. I can't express my gratitude enough.
Tommy Robinson is his name. And again, he was put in jail right off the street. There's a video of it where he's just sitting around protesting outside a courthouse, and they locked him up. I don't know for how long. And mental torture is what it was. He's right. It's awful. Anyway, congratulations, he's out, and that's good news. Here in America, we have freedom of speech, and unfortunately, it does get abused at times. Did you see this one? This is just disgusting, and then I'm going to get your comments here. A congressional candidate has compared Melania Trump to a prostitute. A congressional candidate from Oregon has caused an uproar on social media after comparing First Lady Melania Trump to a prostitute. Oh, did you know the First Lady works by the hour? Tweeted independent House candidate Mark Roberts on Monday using the hashtags #ThinkDirty and #HoBag. Why would anybody call Melania Trump anything but classy? What has she done bad in any way? I'm just, Melania Trump has spoken very little. And when she does speak, it's usually classy. It's usually about children. And that's one I just don't get. What a piece of garbage. What part of Oregon is he from? I don't know. He described California Democrat Senator Kamala Harris, the independent candidate. He said she's hot, tough, and smart. And then says that Trump looks like he's morphing into a woman. Get that man a haircut and a non-fat chocolate cake. Wow, what a piece of crap that guy is. Let's see, what's on your mind today? Kimberly says, I'd tell Maxine Waters to stop being a racist, stop hanging out with anti-Semitic racists, serve your country, or get the hell out. Tom says, Maxine Waters should be committed. Linda says, Maxine helps working people, not just rich. Is that right, Linda? Now, Maxine Waters doesn't live in her district. Her district is overrun by homeless people. She hardly ever goes there. But she does live in a pretty sweet mansion down the street, and her rich husband reaps a lot of benefits from her in that gig. But she's out working for the little guy? What little guy? What is she doing? Let's see here. Barbara says, sadly, California voters will replace her with a younger version. This is who they are, liberal nuts. Okay. What's we got here? She's delusional. Blah, blah, blah. Gina says, I can't say what I truly feel because I'd have the FBI knocking on my door. Oh. Pierce says, talk up. Okay. Linda, go to her district. Tell the thousands of homeless people that are there that she helps them. Yes. Is this fake news? No. Talking about Tommy Robertson, Carrie writes, unbelievable. He was jailed for contempt of court, of all things. He was Facebook live streaming and attempting to confront some of 29 defendants as they entered the court building to face rape and sex trafficking charges. And then, he was arrested and has been in jail and put in solitary confinement. Just awful. Robert would like Maxine Waters to move to Venezuela. Vivian has a good question. What's wrong with this world that the innocent are vilified? All right, let's get the other side here. Linda writes, Trump's agenda on rewarding rich with tax cuts will bankrupt this country. By the way, I know a lot of people who aren't rich, but they got some benefit in their check. Is that not good enough for you? No? And when the tax rates went up under Obama, we had the worst economy for like 8 years in a row. But that was okay. Highest unemployment. Terrible numbers in the African American community for unemployment. Food stamps went through the roof. But that was all good, Linda? Linda says he likes bankruptcies. He doesn't realize the true harm to America with his tax cuts, increased deficits. Now, when ever has a Democrat talked about deficits? I'm with you. I don't like deficits, and I want to see us save some money. Absolutely. But don't you ever, as a Democrat, point your finger at somebody else and talk about deficits, because Democrats can't spend enough money. If Republicans want to spend $1 billion, the Democrats want to spend $10 billion. Don't you lie to me, Linda. Don't you do it. Don't do it. I'm watching you. Someone has to pay these deficits off. If we don't have fair taxation in which every taxpayer pays, say, 10%, then the tax burden will go to those struggling just to pay living expenses. Repeal the tax cuts. Hey, Linda, I'm with you. Everybody pays 10%. Poor people pay 10%. Rich people pay 10%. Middle income people pay 10%. Everybody's got skin in the game. Everybody pays 10%. I'm in. What do you think about that? What's your response to that, Linda? I'm with you. Let's see here. Exactly where is Rusty? Asks Sue. I'm right here. Hi. Linda, the rich will stay rich. When you attempt to punish them, they will punish everyone. Really getting sick of this stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm sick of it too. It's kind of like right today, I'm not really excited about doing a show. It's not because of Linda or anybody else. It's kind of gotten boring. And Congress is out of session, and nothing's going to happen for the next month. They all vacation, and we're just kind of here figuring out what we want to talk about. Let's see. Congress has betrayed the working people by taking big money for their reelections. Yep, Democrats especially. When they take that big union money and the big government worker union money, oh, I agree. Begin voter term limits by not voting for incumbents. Okay. I'll agree with you on that one too, Linda. Lies the number of people increasing salaries. Okay. Term limits for Congress. Deficit cuts have been my rant for 40 years. Okay. Linda says, good, we agree. Linda says, oligarchs controlling our country must stop. Yeah, I agree. Ron says, Rusty, when you say everyone pay 10%, illegals are paid under the table, pay no taxes. Well, see, that's why I think we need to make sure that we don't have illegal immigration, that they're paying 10% too. Or what we could also do is make sure that all money that goes to countries with large populations of illegal immigrants, when they're wired, monies like Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, those places, all money that gets sent back is taxed at that 10%. Or 15% or whatever you and I are taxed at, to make sure that the illegal immigrants that are sending money home, they got to pay the same money that you and I do. How about that? Linda, and Citizens United. No, what is it about Citizens United that you don't like? That other people have a voice? That companies can't have a voice? Now you want unions to have a voice. You want unions to be able to spend as much money into politics as you want, and you also want people who are part of a union that don't agree with that union. They got to pay the union dues. But a company can't do that? And that I don't agree with. Let's see here. Kimberly says our First Lady's super awesome. I agree, Kimberly. Kimberly says the Congress has too many vacations. Yes, it's vacation, but we got to be honest. They're also running for re-election, especially the members of the House of Representatives. They're up for re-election every 2 years. So let's see here. Carol says, I'd ask Maxine Waters to keep ranting. More proof of the insanity of liberalism. Linda says, end birthright citizenship. If that means, Linda, just coming across the border and plopping a kid in and that kid's a citizen, I agree with you 100%. I believe at least one parent must be a citizen before your offspring can be a citizen, unless that offspring goes through the proper classes and becomes a citizen like other immigrants do. Nelson says, Rusty, you're being a dead horse trying to talk to these knuckleheads. No, Linda is not crazy. Linda's got a couple of things there that are interesting. She doesn't seem like she's completely out to lunch. She sounds like she's someone you can talk with. You don't have to agree with everything, but being able to have a nice conversation with somebody that disagrees, that's healthy. That's good. Kara says, I agree. No anchor babies. Progressives love anchor babies. Nope. I'm with you. No anchor babies. No anchor babies. Too much money donated. I want a limit on donations and total that can be used for elections. Linda, there's a problem with that. Number one, we have limited the amount of money that people can give. And because of that, all politicians do is raise money. because they got to raise 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 there, 1,500 there, 5,000 there. That's taking up almost all of their time, number one. It also makes it so that people that are new and aren't incumbents it's almost impossible now to run against an incumbent. The McCain-Feingold Politician Protection Act that went through is now a law. It just protects incumbents, and that's dangerous. The other thing, what else did you say on there? There was and then a limit on total that can be used. What Democrats want to do is they want to make it so that advertising is free on radio and TV. Radio and TV are in such dire straits now. Stations are barely staying alive. I saw a thing yesterday that 25% of all people in the media are out of work from 10 years ago. The media's changed. It's going bankrupt. The biggest radio companies are absolutely broke. All they can do is fire people. The radio stations sound terrible, and you want free advertising? Well, I guess you could do it because pretty soon that'll be the only ads on there and nobody's going to be listening. Let's see here. Louise says, shut your pie hole. John wants to know, oh, that's probably for Maxine Waters. John wants to know, is Maxine Waters Bill Cosby in a bad wig? Jay says, I'd tell Maxine Waters to crawl back under the rock from which she came. Okay, do me a favor, would you please? LibertyOneTV.com is a really good website. And you remember I was telling you that just moments ago that broadcast companies are darn near, not darn near, they are bankrupt. The question is, how much longer are they going to last? And it's not much longer. And so what we're trying to do at LibertyOneTV.com is provide you with good shows, independent programs. Heck, a bunch of guys there I don't even know. And that's a good thing. We don't sit around comparing notes, talking about what we can or cannot say. It's very independent. But nobody's making a ton of money. And I got to pay for lights, I got to pay for the internet, I got to pay for the computer, whatever. And one way you can help, I'm not doing the Patreon thing where it's like, you got to subscribe and pay me money now. I'm saying, hey, go to LibertyOneTV.com and take a look at the T-shirts. They've got coffee there, all kinds of neat swag. And I'll put some stuff up in the next couple of days. But if you'd support our sponsors or buy some of these products, we're going to be able to stay in the air. If not, we won't. And that's just the hard truth to it. It's hard to broadcast in these times. And for some reason, everybody thinks because I'm a conservative, I should do it for free. Well, I'd love to do it for free. Problem is, I got to pay bills too. So go to LibertyOneTV.com, would you please? Also, VirtualShield.com/Rusty. And if you would go and find out what Virtual Shield can do for you, use that promo code Rusty at the end. Get a 20% discount. And by doing that, you're going to be able to protect your family from internet service providers stealing your browsing history and selling it. So go and check out virtualshield.com/Rusty, would you please? Nelson wants to know, can I ask why banks were bailed out and not small businesses? I can't tell you. I do know that the 8 years of the Obama administration was devastating to my pocketbook. I don't know about yours, but it was devastating for me. I'm trying to come back. I will with your help, your support. So please, again, go to LibertyOneTV.com and see what you can find that you can buy. And also virtualshield.com/Rusty. Subscribe there. My book is a very small little thank you could get. $6, I think, at Amazon. Only available at Amazon in paperback and in Kindle. Or the Audible version. If you're not a subscriber to Audible, subscribe to Audible. Get my book for free and help. I think you get a couple of books for free if you subscribe to Audible using my book. Okay? Well, I appreciate it. Liberty One locked into GOP. I listen to all sides, says Linda. No, we're not locked into GOP. We're just independent guys that believe in liberty. And we believe in the greatness of America. I believe that no country has ever in the history of the world done more to help people, done more to free more people, done more to enrich more people than the United States of America. And the world would be a worse place off if there was no America. And I believe that, and I think Donald Trump is doing a good job. That's what I think. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. My name is Rusty Humphries. May God bless you, and may God bless America. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.